We're doing better and better. Salaries are going up a bit. We have more. I mean, it's still below, I think, the average, or I mean, even the minimum salary that you get usually. But I mean, we're hanging along, and we have new employees right now. So 2 we're 4 in the company, so 2 full-time employees. That feels really good to be able to support all that and so on. So. Yeah, it's going along fine. We're steadily increasing in everywhere possible. It's hard to define whether we're indie. I mean, we still work from home. We don't have any studio yet like that, and we're still on, as I said, low salary and stuff. But I mean, we're dependent on the publishers and so on. So I guess that doesn't mean us indie like that, like self-funding every game and so on. But it's going along fine, and it's really fun to see that from just starting basically from scratch, now we have a fully working company and so on. That's really nice. Yeah, we're still going on with the horror theme for the next game. We feel like there's a lot more things to explore, and we want to try new stuff and try to reinvent and improve upon the survival horror genes in several ways. So we have a lot of ideas that we want to implement, and we're currently trying them all out at the moment. So we're coming along really good. So yeah, it's going to be based in Europe, in North Kosovo, somewhere in Eastern Europe. I guess it's not going to be any Dracula, I promise. No Dracula.
But Gothic castles.
Yeah, but Gothic castles, and I mean the whole kind of the furniture and setting that you had in the 18th century is just really cool, and I think it's a bit underused with the clothing like flintlock guns and that kind of stuff. You don't see that in horror games or in any action games. There's pretty much only in strategy games that uses the 18th century like that. So it's a pretty fun environment graphically and design-wise to explore. In Penumbra we had like this small machinery, like it is in present time. So you had more like small things. Now in the past times you can have this large, chunky metal machinery, large cogwheels turning and that kind of stuff. So a little bit like steampunk and that kind of stuff. So you can have a lot of fun stuff with that, and it works a lot better with the physics when it's larger things, and especially when trying to do puzzles and that kind of stuff. As mentioned, it's set in the 18th century. The player arrives at a strange castle. It seems like the castle has existed for like thousands of years. There's old and there's new powers. It's like a patchwork of castle things and so on. So the character seems drawn to the castle in some strange ways, and that's what you're going to find out during the course of the game. So, and as for like story-wise and so on, we're trying to focus more on merging the player motivation with the player character motivations to make them merge. Normally in other games you have like, you need to save the princess, but the player doesn't care about saving the princess. He cares about completing the game or knowing what the last boss looks like or something like that. So we're going to merge those needs and those motivations in a sort of more way in terms of the story. And we're also going to have a more survival horror. There's going to be more action and so on, for more monsters to encounter and so on. So we're going to have a more like we still have this sublime horror, but more in the face in terms of more kind of monsters to encounter and so on.